I bumped into an article by Ozan Varol, a self-proclaimed rocket scientist turned professor. I have shared the link for the article in the description section. What really caught my eye more than the article itself is a mathematical equation. It read 0.8 times 0.2 equals 0.16. At first, it seemed like a harmful equation. Then I thought it could be a trick question. The more I studied it, the number seemed okay. There was absolutely nothing wrong with it. As I read the article, which I should have done in the first place before analyzing, the point that Ozan was trying to make was something that we all know. He said, and I quote, "The product of two numbers could be less than each number." 0.16, if you look at it, it's less than both 0.8 and 0.2. So what is interesting is that when two numbers are multiplied, you would naturally expect the result to be greater than the individual numbers, which is how multiplication generally works, which is not the case here. Extending this concept to our lives, Ozan said, and I quote, "When we operate at a fraction, we compromise the output." Operating at a fraction is pointing towards multitasking. This hit me like a ton of bricks, as I said before, because I multitask all the time. By multitasking, the output that we produce is never going to be the best we could possibly deliver. I always thought that I was good at multitasking and boasted about it in various casual conversations with my colleagues and friends. Operating at a fraction has its pitfalls, so I put it to test. The last 3 weeks, I have mostly done unitasking. I say mostly because there may have been a time or two when I had to send an email or respond to chats while I was in a meeting, so they don't count. I also spent time after completing an activity to note down the differences between how I felt when I multitasked and how I felt during unitasking. Here is my experience from unitasking. I found changes especially to the following 4 aspects. Number 1, mindfulness. Number 2, decision making. Number 3, quality. Number 4, productivity or the time spent. My biggest takeaway from unitasking is the awareness of the situation and the complete focus that I could put into the task that I was performing. Immersing myself in the activity gave me a sense of mindfulness that took me to a different level altogether. I was fully in control of the phrases I spoke, the words that I used in my emails, and completing every activity gave me a sense of satisfaction which I can't put the words to describe with. I felt that my decision making was more weighed and judicious when I didn't have anything else to do other than the decision on hand to make. When we make decisions, we need to consider all possible factors that have a role in it. Unitasking helped dig out these factors. I can't tell for sure, but I believe that it may have been possible that I could have missed a few factors here and there if I was taking a decision while sitting in a meeting. As I mentioned earlier, I was fully aware of the situation and mindful of every activity. The decision making too improved. Both these put together, I can state with certainty that the quality of the products that I produced were much better. This to me was going to be the major difference between multitasking and unitasking. I find quality as a byproduct of mindfulness and good decision making. If you thought that my productivity went up due to unitasking, then you would be fully wrong. It actually dipped to my surprise as well. I was taking a longer time to complete activities that otherwise I could have completed earlier in the day. While I multitasked, I could churn out tasks as though I was dealing cards in a game of rummy. But with unitasking, getting every task done demanded certain amount of dedicated time. This in turn helped me prioritize work better, discard unwanted activities and delegate the ones that could be delegated. If I have to weigh in on multi and unitasking and give a judgment, then it is always going to be unitasking. To state with an example, people may have to wait longer to get responses to their emails, but rest assured, the words that are expressed is coming from a mind that is undistracted and uncluttered. Here is something that I like, which Ozan puts it. He puts it this way. Hello activity. It's great to meet you. I am choosing to engage with you. I'm going to treat you like you are the most important person in the room and ignore everyone else. The benefits of unitasking far outweigh the drawback of productivity and time taken to complete activities. If we believe that we do serious work that matters, then we must opt for effectiveness over efficiency.